Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. It's been a while. Welcome back. Episode 12. Adventures of Exandria. Adventures in Exandria.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna. Does someone want to do the recap, or shall I do it? 'Cause it's been a while.
Can you do it?
Rather not.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Do I?
Okay, I'll do it. So last time on Dragon Ball Z, you just parted ways with Daisy and Ivan, who were who you saved. You saved Ivan from being sort of pulled in by this strange-looking tree. You went back. You camped with them. You set them off on their merry way northwards towards Phelan, the direction you just came from. And after a bit of a deliberation, decided, you know what? Fuck that tree. So you ran over to try and figure out what it was about, and maybe do a little bit of destruction on it. It started. The tree animated, and then also sprouted legs and came out and started chasing people. A little bit of combat was had, but eventually you did destroy it. It just fucking. Can I disable these? It was Pete. It's Pete. You can see he does it because it comes up on the screen.
I can only apologise.
Now I'm lost.
Killed the tree, and don't forget that we wrote a really cool sign saying "Monster conquered demons."
Yes. So you planted a sign into the ground next to all of these hundreds and thousands of bones. Carrying on, you then continued the rest of the journey on the way to Quora's Edge, passing. You could see Nicodranus in the distance as you passed through, or passed by even, and then eventually ended up in the village, a small little village that Rafe calls hometown, called Quora's Edge. Walking through town as Rafe is describing the area and kind of guiding you through, he is rudely pinned to a tree by an arrow by a pretty beautiful looking half-elven woman named Sarah.
Oh.
Why? Yeah, just why? Alright, here it is, okay? No. Pause thingy. Every time someone does it, you take 10 damage. There it is.
Oh,
Done. There you go. Elliot takes 10 damage.
Was it worth it?
Don't test him.
Yes, it was.
He means it.
You literally said, "Don't press the red button."
Elliot takes 10 damage.
I can keep pressing it. It's fine. You can't just kill me because I pressed the button.
Yes, I can.
Why would a god do this?
You can hear the music.
Because he can. You end up in Quora's Edge. You meet Sarah. You deliver the Frost Lotus to Hondo. He will mix up the antidote for this disease that ails a lot of the elderly this evening. Gwen might go. We shall see. And then you ended up going to the Pass of the Peaks, which is the basically biggest attraction of town, and the main reason most people stay and come through here is the large inn with many rooms where adventurers who are kind of heading from this area in general, being the Menagerie Coast, up north into the Empire or wherever they want to go. They usually rest over here. Many drinks are had. Sarah and Rafe have a little private conversation, and we ended the kind of session last time with her basically about to reveal some things that she knew. And that's where we'll end up right now, so we'll go over to
My last line is Sarah and Rafe have a private chat. She doesn't love him. He's sad and drunk.
Yeah.
Exam.
I mean, I tried.
So we will go into a tavern somewhere. I'll play Pirate Tavern just for you guys. Yes. So you're all sat around this the table. The bar is fairly bustling at this point, and we are into the evening.
I do want to go and see Hondo later on.
Okay. When?
Bear that in mind. Whenever we finish our conversation. Well, when he... I can't really remember. It was so long ago. Did we set a time? Or has he set a time? Did he give me like a time scale as to when he was going to do the thing?
He said he would be doing it through most of the evening, if you wanted to go.
Alright, well I'll just listen to the conversation and then I'll go.
Okay, sure. So yeah, Sarah comes back down the stairs after discussing with Rafe. Hair completely a mess. She kind of brushes herself up at the top of the stairs and then comes down and sits back on the table. So where were we?
Well, like, where were you two, eh? Cheeky.
We were just having a chat.
Sure, man. That's what kids are calling it these days.
You do see a couple minutes after, or not even minutes, a couple seconds after, you see Rafe also following behind, coming downstairs, looking up to him.
Solemn and a bit I don't know, distant. And he goes, I go off to find a chair somewhere, and I just get another drink and just sort of mull over what just happened.
Are the rest of us sat in a big group?
Yes, you're all sat in the same place.
Oh dear, he doesn't look very good. He doesn't look very happy. It must have been either very quick or not at all.
I'm going with not at all.
Yeah, me too.
I'm going with very quick. Embarrassing.
Not at all seems to be his current trajectory, unfortunately. I mean, I don't know why. It doesn't really seem to deserve it, but...
Is Sarah now sat at our table?
She is, and she's just wearing a smirk on her face throughout the whole time, staying silent.
I presume he is not well endowed.
What? Soulia,
A woman
that's
would
not
never
a very
kiss-
nice thing you should presume about someone.
She would kind of frown in your direction, like, the woman would not kiss and tell, and like kind of look you up and down curiously. Anyway, before I left, I was discussing with Rev here about I can't do Pirate Tavern. It doesn't work for Pirate Tavern. No, that's not going to work either. I'll figure something out. No. I was discussing with Rev I'm going to say potential job, but a curiosity that has come by fairly recently in the last few months. If you're willing to potentially help, not just our village, but around the area.
Love me a curiosity. It sounds great. What is it?
Is Rafe joining us? Kind of looks over at the bar because he's looking.
He might
Subject.
need a minute.
Yeah.
What would you do to him? Or
We will
not?
fill him in later.
Unlike you.
She wouldn't answer your question. Take a sip of a drink. Be like, Rafe would already have heard of the place of which I speak, but to the northwest of our village here, through the jungle and over the mountains, is an area called the Birchseeker.
Yeah.
It's a valley inside of a large mountain region named the Ashkeeper Peaks, where the stories always told of a area that housed all manner of undead abominations, as well as like a blighted forest. Now, I mean, it was mostly myth, and no one really went there because it's extremely hard to get to, by foot at least. But to the east of us is the jungle of Koraska, as I'm sure you know. There are many Tabaxi tribes who live inside this jungle and call them home. They are getting increasingly worried from things that they have seen in areas that they have called home. Little pockets of this infection or blight have started to appear and destroy the wildlife, and it almost leaves the place completely barren and desolate.
Does it affect
Yeah,
people?
very interesting. We came across something weird in the forest recently.
What was it?
It was like a tree made of bones or something. It's crazy.
Yeah, man, it was pretty sick.
Is it like this?
It doesn't match the exact description that I'd heard, but it seems too much of a coincidence to ignore. It seems that in recent times, and I'm not sure how long exactly it's been going on, it could have been many years just unnoticed, that this Birchseeker is now infecting other regions nearby. Now, I'm not asking you to go there and try and figure it out because it would be extremely dangerous. I went and scouted the area myself. It took a long time to get there, and it was pretty treacherous to get there. And I did arrive in the blighted forest that sits in the below valley, but after scouting for a few days, I turned back because there appear to be many undead-like abominations that live inside this forest aggressively and call it home. There may have been, you said, a tree made of bones? There may have been...
It sort of lived.
But unlived.
Dude, it walked about. It fucking got out the ground, pulled its fucking legs up, and walked us. It was mad. Made of bones.
Yeah, that does seem very odd.
But we fucking killed it. I mean, it's gone now.
It was cool. We had a good time.
And the rest of the area seemed unaffected from what...
Did we see
anything else?
Yeah.
I didn't have a really good look, I don't think, but it just seemed to be an isolated tree.
It seems like these strange phenomena are happening in other places as well. Now, I'm not asking you to go in guns blazing and try and destroy or what. Like, this would be a mammoth task for an army to complete. But what I would like is, if you are heading off into more civilized lands, is if you could do any research on the area and try and figure out, one, if something was holding back this corruption, which no longer is, and that could be repaired, or if there's any information about how the blight started, and maybe we could counter that. My principal concern is obviously for this village that I call home, as well as Rafe. My ancestors have lived here for a long time, and I hope to have my ancestors live here as well.
How far is the blight from this village? Do you know? Are you worried it's imminent threat, or is it like slow and creeping?
It's very strange. It seems like the Versglade is a massive area, from what I could gather from just looking from the mountaintop. But these small pockets that appeared to appear from seemingly nowhere that destroy the things. What the Tabaxi showed me in the jungle was a patch of area, maybe 15 foot in radius, of just complete death. It was such a strange sight to see, like something had exploded in the area and that was it. Nothing would grow there anymore, and all of the nature and wildlife that would come close to it would also wither and die. Now, as I've said, I'm not asking you to go in and try and fix this problem as a group of vagabonds, was it? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But for just gathering of information so that maybe we could solve this problem, not just us, but with many people. Perhaps we could even talk some members of the Empire to send scouting parties as well. But
do you know
I understand
where the place to start would be?
I don't really enjoy civilization that much. I don't very rarely frequent the cities of this world, but I understand that. I believe that's your plan.
Yeah, we need to go to Nicodranas. It's got shit to do in Nicodranas.
Yeah. I'm sure there are learned people there who would maybe have some knowledge of the histories, but...
Do you think it's worth getting like a sample or something? Or?
Oh, I think definitely not. No, it would be... From what I see, whenever these kind of areas touch anything living, they start to decay.
Is it like advancing real fucking quick, or is it slow, or...?
It's hard to know. It's been... I've only recently been put onto this the last 3 or 4 months or so. The Tabaxi say this has been happening for maybe 4 to 5 years, these tiny little pockets, but they're growing concerned that they appear and then never go away. And then, as none of them ever seen one occur, they just come across them. They worry that one day it may happen to one of their tribal villages, and it will be no more. And I have the same issue for, this village like our home. That one day, it's just all gone.
Where did you say this was again? Sorry.
To the east is the Koraski jungle.
To
That is where.
Spell that
Oh,
for me. To my memory.
yes, you can.
These are important details.
Bing, it's in the Discord chat.
Okay, cool.
Discord chat.
Thank you very much.
Understand? I have nothing. I have nothing to offer in terms of reward or anything. More hoping that you share the same curiosity as I.
Maybe the reward is you go on a little date with Rafe or something, you know?
Oh, you're
He's
his wingman. You're his wingman, I take it.
Hey,
Hope to serve him well.
doing guy a favour.
We'll see.
I'm gonna need a little bit more than we'll see to go and stop the zombie horde.
Well, aren't we
I
just
don't-
finding out information about the zombie horde rather than actually stopping them?
Well, think about it.
Very well.
Can't make her go on a date with him if he doesn't want to.
That seems unfair.
You're not even here, Rafe. You're at the bar. Sulking.
No, I was speaking outside of the game. That seems
Oh, right.
completely unfair.
Venting characters.
Well, regardless, I hope you. I wish you good luck in your journeys. I will continue to try and find any information I can through passing travellers and the like, but it seems
If
that
we,
a lot of information.
If we find out some information, do you want us to like write to you, like put in a letter, or what's the best way to communicate it?
Letters are fine. I'm sure Rafe would be able to tell you how to get a letter to me.
He's managed it already once this season.
You don't know that.
You do know that.
Alright, that's fine then. I'm happy to go and find out some information about it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean we're going to Nicodranas anyway.
Exactly. There's no harm in it.
We
In the meantime, let's have some beers.
travels far.
Yes,
I agree.
and some Vega.
I'm actually going to go and find Hondo. I'm quite interested in the process of him using his healing flower.
Lame. You enjoy that? I'll take your shot.
That's absolutely fine. Alright. Have a nice evening, lads and ladesses.
Do you mind if I join you? I would be interested to see the flower myself.
Absolutely.
Double lame.
Seen the flowers, isn't it?
Alright, blimey.
Just a beer for
It's
Meira.
on.
Psych then.
I don't wear
Very
that.
well.
Yeah.
Keep your
You guys
sparkles on.
continue drinking while both Gwen and Soulia leave. Rafe, what are you doing?
Drinking. And
Okay.
I'm gonna tap him on the shoulder and say, right, two things. One, don't get too drunk. Two, if you
All
want
right,
to come
Mum.
and join us and see this flower, then that's where we're headed. Otherwise, don't get too pissed, because you kind of make a fool of yourself, and I don't think Sarah's gonna like it if you start making a fool of yourself, alright?
right, I'm just having a drink. It's fine.
Well, that's what she said the other few
I'll be
nights.
going to bed soon. Don't you worry, Mom.
Alright, well, stay safe.
I'll try. Doesn't seem to do me much good if I stick my neck out anyway. So, might as well just go to bed.
Dog.
Hello.
Well, you know, we'll find the right one for you, don't worry.
Did someone shout my name?
Scan the sort of dark and shady corners of the bar for people who might look like they have information.
Sure. Roll me a perception check, please.
I would if I could find my cursor. There it is. La 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 la. Perception. Ah.
Of love. 15. The bar's extremely well lit, and everyone here appears to just be drinking, getting merry, have either come off long trips from the road, and are just looking to kind of relax. There doesn't appear to be any kind of shady or shadowy looking individuals in this pub that you can see.
Are there any like local country games like a Skittles alley or a dartboard or any kind of country pursuits in this pub?
That's fun.
Right, Rafe. What interesting and strange pub games exist in Cora's Edge?
Splat the Rat, come on.
Shit, that's a hard question. I'd never really thought that through.
Why not? It's integral to the story.
This is
the game thing. In every pub, there has to be a game.
You know what the great thing is? It's amazing when I can just pass this DM pane straight to you. This is your place, you get it.
The answer could just be none. It could just be a very boring pub.
No, because that's boring. So it's like a traveller's way. Okay, so it's a game where you have to. It's like 3 guesses, and so you have to go up to a random stranger. So like everyone stops, and it's like a game that people like to play, where you have to go up to random strangers, and you've got 3 guesses as to. You ask 3 questions or 3 sort of things, and you have to guess who they are, what they do, and where they're from just asking 3 questions. And then if you get the answer right, then you get everyone gets a round of drinks. If you don't, then you've got to sing an embarrassing song or something stupid like that. You've got to do something like a bit embarrassing. So it's something that people like to do because there's a lot of like travelers who come to the thing, and it's a good way of like meeting new people and doing something fun.
So I go up to someone and I ask 3 questions, and I've got to work out where they're from.
Yeah, you got to work out like kind of what they do. You got to work out where they're from, and you've got to work out. I don't know.
So do I just go up and say, "Hey,
I swear there's a game
where are you from?
like this.
What do you do?"
No. They've got to answer like they can't answer straight. They've got to answer you've got to ask 3 questions, and you've got to be able to get something. There's a game like this. I can't remember what it's called.
Dude, I was expecting like darts or like hammer the nails into the wooden tree trunk or poke the nails through the colander game or splat the rat or something. This is very complicated. It's a much more sophisticated town than mine.
Well, it's not. It usually just ends up in like lots of people taking the piss out of that person because they always get it wrong. But then there are people like the barmaid's really good at it. Like she's like really, really switched on, and so she knows who people are by just asking good, intuitive questions.
Is she called Sherlock?
She is, yeah.
Maybe it's not too late to introduce a new game to this town, and you make a bit of money.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm trying to find. There's a game like this. I'll find it on the internet, and then I'll explain the rules.
Okay, I'll think about it. Okay. What time of day is in the evening, right?
Yeah, early evening.
Okay. Are there any people who they listen to metal in this bar?
No.
Okay.
0.
Always worth a check.
So the general kind of look and feel of people in the bar, it's a lot of people who appear to be travelling either leisurely or for some sort of clear work, like messengers. We'll call them the postal service, I guess. Other adventuring groups of smaller and kind of larger sizes. Yeah. Things like that. But no one in, I don't know, metal clothing. No one dressed like you. How about that?
No one who looks cool enough.
Am I getting any weird looks, or is everyone just used to weird travellers?
But so is everyone, because everyone here is a little bit of they're a little colourful. Apart from the staff, who seem to be fine village folk.
Alright, well, I'm gonna so I sat at the table. Yo, Rev, have you been to Nicodranus before? Like ages ago, right?
Yeah, I've been there before, but not for a long time. Maybe not remember too well.
No? Don't remember anything cool about the town, or any interesting sights, things we've got to see? I know, I'm just excited. I've never been to like a big city before.
Yeah, no, we came from there when we were on our way to Fellin. There's a couple of pretty cool pubs and bars you should hang out in. I mean, the one that me and Gwendolyn and Rafe met in was a bit rough, but I mean, that's probably...
That's my favourite kind of bar.
I don't remember anybody playing music there, but I'm pretty sure there'll be a couple of places we can hit up with some good music.
Excellent.
Sounds like you might know a bit of the local flavour, you know.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't spend that long there, and it was my first time there. But, like, the place was kind of encouragingly friendly enough that me and Gwen and Rafe got to know each other a little bit and decided to travel together. So, like, it was a good place to meet people and...
Well, we can go straight to Governor's office this time, eh?
Oh, yeah. You got the guy's
We got
name,
the
I
intro.
forgot it, but you got it, right?
In my mind. In my memory.
In my notes.
Yeah, I mean, we in theory know our way around a bit, which is a bit confusing because obviously in real life I've got no idea where we will be going. But yeah, I'm sure if we were looking for somewhere specific, we could have a bit of a better shot than... I mean, Fellin's quite small, but we kind of stumbled around trying to find what we were looking for.
So what do we think is the plan? Do we go to this zombie thing and try and take a look for ourselves, or do we just go straight to
No.
Nicodranas with the information?
I think straight to Nicodranas, it sounds like a fucking rough situation, dude. No, thank you.
I think if we come across it, then obviously we need to try and figure out what's going on in our travels. But yeah, I don't know if we are strong enough.
Yeah, it sounds pretty fucking sketchy.
As a zombie tree virus that's eating plants and... I don't know, it sounds weird.
Can
Well,
I
enjoy
wave over to Rafe? Rafe, come join us. You alright, man? You're looking a bit moody.
I'm fine. I'm all great. I'm just it's nice to be home, I suppose. What's happening over here?
Which
We
does
come
that sound like to move?
Are we still here? Soulia, are we still here? Have we got?
We've left.
We've
Yeah.
left.
Yeah. We've gone.
I thought so. I just...
It's,
You're out.
what were you talking to Sarah about?
She was telling us this crazy ass story about some place near the jungle to the northwest that's full of undead, and she asked us to look out for information about it when we get to Nicodranas.
How did you
Sorry.
go, man? Pretty good? You had fun?
Yeah,
Fun time?
I'm aware of this jungle is not far from here.
Rafe, you know of this place. It's named the Verst Glade. You've never been, but you heard stories. Particularly when you were growing up, you'd have some of the people who looked after you would tell you spooky stories of the Verst Glade and the horrible monsters that inhabit it. You would have never been. It's a pretty mad journey to get there. You'd have to travel a good week or so in the jungle, probably, then up a mountain and down a mountain before you could even see it. What you've heard of it is that it is just a strange valley that sits in like the bowl of all the mountains that surround it, and that it is just an undead place.
Right.
Yeah.
So she was telling you to go there? I mean, this is a place that when I was a child, my father used to tell me was sort of not real, and she's saying go there.
No. She said, "Don't fucking go there. It's mad." She just said, like, "Can you look for some research or some shit when we get to Nicodranas and try to like find out more about it and go to like a library or something."
I mean, you'd probably be better off going to the old nans in this village and asking their stories. They used to tell it to all of us kids. It's their stories have been passed down. Maybe, well, Nicodranas, there's probably plenty of people there who know, but these are all wives' tales.
Well, it sounds like there's something. She said she scouted up there and saw it for herself, and there's some Tabaxi villages that are anxious and worried about the death spreading. Sounded pretty gnarly.
Did she seem scared? Did she? Maybe this
She was
explains her.
anxious. She was anxious. She was fucking anxious, man. She was like, she's worried that it like just pops up anywhere. These are circles of death. Was it circles of death? I think it was.
It
I
fucking
looked
is
at-
now.
You see Rafe's face light up as you're describing Sarah seeming anxious and not herself.
Wow.
True negging.
Right, so she's probably not in her right mind, and she's
Well, she
seen
seemed
such
pretty-
atrocities, and clearly
I mean,
something must be up.
maybe, man. She seemed pretty with it to me, but I don't know her very well, man. Maybe.
No, sounds. It makes sense now. Right? No, absolutely. Let's go and investigate this.
Yeah, I think we should. I mean, we're going to Nicodranas anyway, right? So.
Indeed. Well, especially if Sarah's, that would alleviate Sarah's woes, as we call them.
I want to try and share a glance, like an eye roll with Meira and Rev at like.
I'm doing this phase like. Yes, well, maybe we go. Yeah, sounds good, man.
Well, she's it all makes sense. Drinks all around you. You want a drink? You want a drink? Fantastic.
Yeah, I'll have a drink. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Where did the other two go? They skulked out. I was a bit, I was brooding. But
We travel over to Soulia and Gwen. You leave and head towards Hondo's like blacksmith/house area. It's not very long. Is there anything you want to discuss on the way there?
Alright.
No. Go.
Silence.
Just walking over there in silence.
Yeah, that's weird.
Is this attention or is it just hatred?
So, alright, Soulia, you good?
I am well. How are you?
I'm very well. I'm quite looking forward to looking at this plant, to be honest.
Me too. I've always taken an interest in the healing properties.
Yes, me too, funnily enough.
Yeah.
Did you,
As
when
you-
you say always, do you mean like within the past year?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think you know how to do it? Or do you think you could do any healing?
I know I can. Sometimes I just think someone better, and they become better.
Wow,
Sometimes.
That's quite a skill. Wouldn't
Yes.
mind that myself. Right, well, here's hoping. I really hope it works, to be honest.
Me too. But you partake in the healing, don't you?
I do, yes. I was brought up in the Astral Infirmary not too far from here.
Ah,
We,
sounds interesting. Do you heal a lot of people?
Yes, I mean, we were a family of healers.
Were?
Well, no, we are a family of healers. I left.
I thought you were going to tell me some horrific backstory where your whole family perished or
No,
something.
not at all. None of that. They're all alive and well, as far as I'm aware. I mean, when I left them, they were alive and well. I didn't leave them that long ago. When did I leave them? A few weeks ago?
Yeah, let's have a look at the calendar. Be about a month ago, I suppose, maybe a bit more. It's been 2 weeks since you first met Phelan, so yeah, about 2 weeks before that. I spent about a month, maybe a little bit more.
Okay. Yeah, it's been about a month. I think, I hope they're alright. I haven't heard anything.
Do you miss
know
them?
how to contact me. I would have loved to pop in and check that everyone's alright, but I don't think we got time for that, unfortunately. Maybe I'll send a little letter, actually. I'll do that. I'll do that tonight, I think. That's a good idea.
Do you miss them terribly?
Yeah, we were a close-knit family. We worked together, we lived together. It was me and my 3 sisters, I believe. Let me just remind myself how many sisters I have. I can't find it. Where are my sisters? I think it's 3 sisters and 1 brother. And my parents and my grandmother.
Oh.
All working in the infirmary. So, yeah.
Well, if they're all as charming as you, I'm sure your customers leave very happy.
Well, they leave alive most of the time and generally healthy, yes. I'd say that makes them happy, yeah.
Yes. Agreed. Very good.
Your conversation is slightly interrupted by, as you kind of get towards Hondo's house, it's a horrible, foul, and putrid smell that kind of wafts hot through the air. And as it kind of hits your nostrils, you look over to Hondo's house and just see, like, coming from, like, outside of from the chimney, is just this, like, massive pillar of white smoke that is just pouring up through the chimney and bellowing out.
Oh my goodness, that is absolutely foul. Can you smell that?
I can.
I
Yes.
think at my pace to make sure everything's alright.
As you kind of approach, the smell is just getting more and more terrible. As you approach the door of Hondo, I assume you knock.
Yes.
And
No.
as you do, there'd be a loud couple of thuds, and then the door would be pulled open, and you'd see Hondo again, big hulking figure in this house that's clearly not the right size for him. He's got a full mask over his face, and the same giant, like, massive glasses are really thick and make his eyes look stupid big. And you'd hear through the muffler, like, "Oh, come in."
Alright. I take something out of my pocket and put it over my face.
Cool.
I brave it.
You brave it. It's not going to kill you, but it just doesn't smell great.
Mm-hmm.
He would welcome you into this pretty warmly little home, and inside the fireplace is this large black cauldron that's kind of bubbling, this greenish, blackish looking ooze that is just, there's a fire underneath it, and it is just billowing like this horrible smoke from the top of the cauldron.
How's it going?
It's going well. It's a horrible process, and I know it stinks up the town somewhat fierce, but it's one day of pain for hopefully a good supply, a couple of years, hopefully, of relief for the elderly in this town, so hopefully it's not too egregious for too long.
All very worth it. Your sacrifice will be noted by the gods, I'm sure.
Kind of curiously looks over towards you, like, okay, I guess. I mean, I don't really believe or follow faith, but sure. If you just want to observe, or do you want to help?
Oh, well, I'd love to help.
Okay.
Would also like to help.
I've conducted most of the cauldron mixture already. It's mostly the preparing of the leaves of the frost lotus, so I probably have a couple of pestles and mortars here somewhere, and like digs through a load of stuff and finds them, and would hand them both to you and said, essentially, I just need the leaves be ground up in this kind of a paste. You can add some of that liquid there, and it'll make it a bit more paste-like. And then I can show you a really cool trick, actually, which might make it pretty interesting.
I think it's already fascinating, but anything to make it even more fascinating, I'm right up for.
I begin to mash.
As you all start like mashing. The smell's pretty bad, obviously, and the frost lotus are interesting because as you like touch the leaves to pluck them, it is like a cold kind of chill, like hits your fingers. Nothing that hurts, but it's just like surprising to touch. It's like touching an ice cube. Like, oh, that was weird. You pick them off, and there's a fair few flowers to go through, a fair few like petals to go through as you do that. It takes maybe half an hour to get the consistency right as Hondo guides you through it. And eventually you end up with like a fairly decent sized bowl of this like blue and white mashy solution. Looks at it and he's like, yeah, it should be good. It should be very, very good. Okay.
Brilliant.
Looks to both of you and says, Soulia, come close. I'm going to show you something interesting. You get real close up to the cauldron is like steaming, bubbling. Obviously, the smell is pretty putrid. Gwen, you can get in close enough too. And he takes like the mash stuff and he goes to pour it in, and he just dunks the whole like solution in to the pot, which gives off this like loud hiss. And the smoke kind of stops for a minute. And he would say to you, Soulia, like, check this out. And he would grab onto your hand, and I'm going to need you to make a strength saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, nah.
Oh.
Nah. He grabs onto your hand, he goes, check this out, and he grabs it, opens up your palm, and just slams it against the cauldron, like the metal of the cauldron. And you're like, instinctively, like, oh! And you touch it, and it's just cold. Just ice cold to the touch, even though the inside of it is now still roiling, bubbling, and there's a fire underneath it. And you can feel, like, the flame from the fire underneath, but, like, the cauldron itself is cold. And he kind of chuckles in this horrible way, like behind the mask. It's like, pretty cool, right?
That is
But-
fascinating.
How? And I hold my hand up like, what? How?
The concoction I needed required cold boiling, which is a really stupid thing to say, I probably understand, but that's what the Frost Lotus was for.
Well, better cold boiling than freezing hot. Am I right?
That's an interesting concept. I haven't really thought about that. Yeah, could be.
Think on.
I think both are, depending on the circumstances, I think both are great. Depending on what you're trying to do.
Highly unusual.
This should stop at least what ails them for a good period of time, and I can give it to the local healer, who can administer it over time as she does, but it should give them a bit more comfort. I thank you so much for your help. If there's anything else I can show you or be of assistance for, that would, be my guest. I would happily answer any questions you may have or anything, but he would take the pot lid and just put it on top and says, that should cold boil now for most of the evening, and I'll bottle it up later.
And then you bottle it up and that's that done.
Yep, that'll be it.
Wow.
How much do you get out of that? Did you get you one flower or all the flowers?
3, I believe it was.
3.
It was 3, wasn't it?
So if
Was
you
it
use
3?
all 3, how much does that?
I don't know. I just thought it's one.
I think
How
it was
much
3.
is this going to go? How far is it going to go before you need to?
Oh, it will last a couple of years, I imagine, between the people who require it, in case the affliction starts to come in for a lot more people. But it still lasts a significant amount of time before you have to try and find some more Frost Lotus, or maybe there is a new
Does
way
the
of doing
concoction
things.
have any other properties other than helping the elderly?
It's for this particular affliction that causes them to. Wait, what was it? Shit, I forget. Was it they forget things, or was it making their bones?
It was their bones.
Their
It was
bones. I
arthritis,
can remember.
wasn't it, essentially. It was arthritis.
Yeah, so it will make them more mobile. For yes, to make the movement in their life
Relieve their
considerably
pain.
better. Yeah, it would relieve their pain for significant amount of time.
And what if someone who were well took this salve?
I don't know. I imagine it would have no effect, but I mean, you're welcome to try it if you like. I prefer not to take a huge amount because
Please.
No, we'll save it.
Save it for the need.
I imagine it would have no effect. But
So is getting a
knows?
Frost Lotus the only way to do it? You were about to say
It's
there
the only-
might be another way.
it's the only way I know of currently cold boiling something.
Alright.
But there may be new discoveries, or maybe something that I don't know as of. But this is the way that my father taught me, so
Yeah.
this is the way I've always done it. Very rare to come by a Frost Lotus, though. I even sent Sarah up into the mountains to see if she could find a patch or wherever they grow, but she didn't find any. I'm not
It's
sure
quite-
where they grow.
It's quite lucky that there was some at the Nymph's Nectar. No, not the Nymph's Nectar, that was the pub. At
Nope,
the-
nope, that's right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah,
You're right
yeah.
the first time. Yeah. What is that? What is the Nymph's Nectar?
It was a flower shop, so we got it.
Oh. That's good to know. Where was it?
In Phelan.
Ah, of course. So you travelled from Phelan. That's interesting. The Nymph's Nectar. I'll have to keep that
Yeah,
in
maybe
mind.
not.
Maybe
She might want some
And
more
how-
time. Whatever that
what
means.
does let's this can boil over now for the rest of the evening. Let's leave, and we can go get a drink or something.
But I don't know what the
Yes.
pub, so let's go over.
Yes,
Oh, let's
why
go.
don't we join our fellow vagabonds at the pub? You can join us.
Oh, I'm coming, of course.
Have you ever heard?
I wasn't expect-
Oh, sorry. Carry on.
Carry on. Let's carry on.
I was like, have you ever You said you'd heard of the Astral Infirmary,
I have, yes.
but you'd never been. There. Never been.
No.
Have you heard of Starfall Farms?
I'm afraid I've not, no.
Oh,
Is
What
that
is it?
nearby, Soulia?
it's quite far away now.
Oh, right. Well,
I just wondered.
okay, but to be honest, fair enough. Is there somewhere I can post a letter here, did you say?
I'm sure there'll be many messengers in... Then frequently we get messengers through, so I imagine there'd be some staying at the tavern. I'm sure they could you could send a message for a fee.
Alright, lovely, I'll, that's great. Alright, thank you.
The Nymph's Nectar, you said, how much, they're walking and talking now.
Yeah.
The Nymph's Nectar, how much was you said something about time? I'm very confused.
I can't actually remember what we paid for it. Did we pay anything for it, or just our time?
I think it
Our
was.
time, wasn't it?
Rafe paid time.
Yeah.
He's gonna come and take his time.
So, the deal that was struck didn't involve coins. We got the Frost Lotus and the kind of the nymph. I think it was a nymph.
Yeah.
Like, she was called Nymph. And
Right.
yeah, they said that we, they'd give us the Frost Lotus in return for our time. But I don't really know what that means. And we did try to ask questions, but I'll be honest, they weren't particularly forthcoming in answers.
I have so many questions, but my
Well,
first
so
one
did
is:
we.
you say you met a nymph. What?
Well, they said that they were called Nymph. I don't know if they were a nymph because I've never seen a nymph.
What did she look like?
Made out of tree bark.
Nah, it's not a nymph. Okay.
No, I didn't know.
That was a scary moment. A nymph.
What is a nymph then?
So a nymph is a beautiful fey creature, almost elven in appearance, but with more pointed features.
Right.
Extremely tricksy creatures, and they normally lure you in by being nude.
Oh right, I get it.
Unfortunately, looking upon a nymph can also kill you immediately.
No, I don't think.
So luckily, you did not meet a genuine nymph,
No, that
just
would
a
have
person named Nymph.
Well, that's a relief. Yeah, they should have said that she was called Nymph.
Okay,
And she ran
that's
a shop
interesting.
called Nymph's Nectar. And I think we bought all of them. Did we buy all of the Frost Lotuses that she had?
The ones that she gave you.
Yeah, okay, fine. So you never know. She might have some more another time in a couple of years when you're looking. Or
That's a very interesting.
maybe she can give us some more information of their uses and other ways of cold boiling. Might be a good person to get in touch with. Well, to be honest, as I said, she wasn't awfully forthcoming in her answers, but and she might ask for your time.
Yeah, I don't really understand what that means.
No, neither did we, but hopefully it's not a really bad thing.
Yeah,
She
hopefully.
seemed friendly enough, so I don't think it is, but we'll find out, I suppose.
Yeah, you'll have to get back to me on what that means. That seems vague and almost terrifying a little bit.
Yes, I'm trying not to dwell on it, to be honest.
I've done as much studying as I can on the Fae. I'm kind of I do enjoy some of the things from a distance, reading some of the knowledge and stories on the Fae, and if her name is Nymph, it's kind of, I don't know, I worry. But regardless, I guess you'll find out, and it can't be that bad if she's just, if this tree bark creature is just running a store.
Well,
I'm sure
let's hope
will be-
so. I mean, let's hope it's just me giving her a watch,
Maybe. We'll see.
We'll see.
Or a herb.
Or a what?
A herb.
Oh, or a herb.
No.
Good one, Soulia.
Kill me.
Yeah, please. You do enter into the Pass of the Peaks. Hondo following behind, and head to the bar. Hondo has his own special drinking glass. It's like 2 times the size of everyone else. He's basically 2 times the size of everyone else. And yeah, you're all reunited in the Pass of the Peaks.
Was
Is there
it
anything
the Pass
anyone
of
wants-
the Peaks?
The Pass of the Peaks.
So it sounds like we off to lick a dance then, eh?
That's where we were headed anyway, wasn't it?
We are, yes.
Well, yes, it'd be good to go.
Have you heard anything? Oh, no, don't worry.
Are you asking?
Nothing, I stopped talking just in case I was not meant to say anything.
Curious and interesting.
That's often how I am described.
Right, we haven't had a proper chance to celebrate yet. Let's have a good one tonight before we travel a long way. And then I get the waiter and say, you got any of that, what is it? Called Jaeger?
Vega!
Vega, yeah. Couple of bottles of Vega if you got it.
There you go, black liquid. Yeah, I think I may have.
Come on.
Maybe I'll have to dig around. Yeah, give me a little bit. I'll try and find some.
Yo, Rafe, we need to you need to go visit your family, right? Over here?
Indeed, that'd be nice. I would like to go and see my father, if he's here.
Perhaps we could see him in the morning before we leave.
Indeed. He's he keeps to himself. He won't be coming here tonight, I imagine.
And
Sorry?
Do you get on well? You got any beef?
Well, yeah, he's quite a quiet guy, and I'm quite, I'm me. So we sort of we talk and we're friends, but he's just my dad,
What's his job?
He's a ranger. He like me. He taught me everything I know. So he disappears off to the mountains quite a lot. He'd actually probably be quite a good person to ask about this. He may well have frequented there many a time. He's also he's also got a thick Irish accent like me.
Right, cool. Convenient.
He lost it though. He fucking lost it.
No, I used to sound just like him.
He's dead now. Real shame though.
It's funny.
His
Man who praised me for the last year, Dirk Simbleby, has a thick German accent.
And speaks only in German, actually. It's
But he does occasionally swift off into Cantonese at some point.
Yeah.
It's really strange. We seem to all have a really strange backstory with people with elaborate voices.
Rafe walks up to his dad and he's like, hey Dad, how's it going? And he's just about to open his mouth and he's
Potatoes!
top of the morning to
Sorry to our Irish listeners.
yeah, apologies.
Racism.
We're just jealous we can't do the accent properly.
Look, this is an accent. It's not supposed to be an Irish accent. It's supposed to be from this town.
Yeah, it's
If
very
it's-
localized.
if it sounds rubbish Irish, then it's perfectly good.
Totally coincidental.
Yeah.
It's actually Corascan, actually.
Yeah,
this,
Corascan. It's a Corascan accent. How dare you? Who are these Irish?
I haven't heard a single Corascan accent while we've been here, so I'm not.
It's because it's a through town.
Use your imagination.
Oh right, can we do that so I can stop doing this stupid voice?
No.
So, do you have any siblings, or is it just you and your dad?
It's just me. My mother actually used to run this pub. She passed away. But yeah, it was just me, my mom, my dad.
I'm sorry to hear your mum's dead. That sucks.
Well, as you can tell, I'm half elf. She was the half that dies. It was quite horrible to watch my own mother grow old whilst I was essentially going to stay a young man. It's a very weird
Except that your
experience.
dad doesn't come to the pub. Or...
No, he's a strange elf. He's several thousand years old. He's sort of been there, done that.
No, he is not.
He's several
No,
hundred.
he is not.
Sorry, what?
Yeah,
He's
no,
like a
he
few
is not.
hundred- he's a
Lies.
few 100 years old.
There we go. That we can do.
He's had enough time in the pub for the last several lifetimes. And
He
also,
has, he's a few thousand years old with actually perfect memory, and he remembers everything that's ever happened. Actually.
so he's
He's a real resource.
he's quite useful.
Uh,
So he's like my he's called Meta, and he's really helpful. No, for obvious reasons. The fact that my mother used to run the place, you probably can imagine, coming here and sitting and drinking brings up some pretty bad memories for the guy. So he did used to come here when obviously he was a younger man, but not anymore. Anyway, let's not talk about it. It's depressing, and tonight's a good night. Sarah needs our help. We've got to help Sarah.
Oh, she needs your help, alright, buddy.
Yeah. Well, she's not herself. We can help her out though. She's actually, for those of you who came back, she's I heard what we're doing, and we're going to go to Nicodranas. Are you guys coming with us?
We were already headed to Nicodranas, weren't we? So yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't know that. I was over there moping and getting pissed.
let's drink, rest, and see Rafe's father tomorrow.
Sounds good.
Is Hondo an orc? Did you say?
No,
No. What is he? Why
he's
is
a very,
he-
very large.
Just a massive
Do you want to
man.
ask him? He's
No.
very large.
I didn't know if you told me and I just
He's a
forgot.
giant man.
Okay.
Looks human.
They're massive.
In all appearance, looks human. Just large.
He's a big bloke. Alright, so where are these Vegas? We seem to have a bit of a trend here in this campaign. We seem to be a bunch of pissheads.
Yeah.
I think.
I mean, it's in my
all of
backstory.
us
So.
are.
Um,
I'm not.
Yeah.
it does take a little bit of time, but maybe 20 or so minutes later, you do one of the serving girls who have names. I forgot them. One of the serving girls, a dwarf woman, whose name is Gwendolyn,
Oh,
also
that's my name.
arrives back with 2 bottles of Vega with old labels.
Ooh,
That's
this
not
is like
label.
Vintage Vega.
That was extremely hard to find, but yeah, did find it. That's it though. So once they run out, they're gone.
Well, you should get
It
some
will be.
more in because I think we might be back.
And it's it'll be 1 gold per bottle. If that's okay. I mean, we don't really have a price for it, but I
I
mean,
happily pay up. I'll take off my character sheet.
Rafe takes 10 damage as well, which is really painful. He's on 7 HP now.
So it's going up.
A table of shot glasses as well, please.
Oh yeah, she brought those over too. She brought over like 10 because it's Hondo probably have like 5. Wouldn't even touch it.
See what this vintage bottle tastes like. Whether Vega gets better with age.
Vega's good at any age.
Alright,
Yeah.
I bought them out.
Does it
You
almost
crack 'em out.
taste like pure ethanol?
No, it smells and tastes exactly the same. The pain.
The deliciousness.
You drink many a Vega or as many as you wish. Unless there's anything people want to do massively, then we could finish there, or we could. Is there anything anyone wants to do before the evening comes to an end, basically?
No.
I'm fine.
Drink, be
This
merry.
evening. I will in the morning.
Okay. You head off to your rooms that have been provided for your evening's rest. You all get a long rest, unless you want to do something crazy before the morning.
Yay, full health.
And he just slams 2 more things.
No.
Like the air horn.
Pussy!
Pussy, and I'm dead.
You should have just before. You fucked up. You should have all done it. Got it out for your long rest. But either way, too late now. You may
It's
gain
not
the
how we're gonna
benefits of
end
a...
every day when we're like just about to have a long rest. Like,
It's 10 hit points for each time, though, so if you spam it, I mean, you're going to, like, immediately die. But, you know. You wake up in the morning.
Feeling like puking.
Exactly. Put my glasses on. I don't know what it is. You wake up in the morning, the bar has got the same kind of guests in it, some more, some new, some old. Everyone seems to be eating breakfast and getting ready for their travels ahead. It appears, for the people who've not been here before, it appears that during the day this bar probably sits mostly empty as people get on their merry way, and then basically morning and evenings is when this place operates mostly. You'll set off, get ready, and head out. Who's missing long rests?
I didn't press the long rest button.
I've already at full health, and I
Maybe.
full health, so.
Yeah, maybe if you're full, it just doesn't do nothing.
Long rest.
Long rest. And you head out. Where are you going?
Going to my dad's house. Where are we going
Oh,
to see my...
your dad's house.
Party at Rafe's dad's house.
Before we
Rafe,
get
I don't
there-
have an... Go on.
I was just going to
Go on.
say, everyone, that don't be rude if you can't understand what you're saying.
I don't have a name for your father, so what is it, Liz?
I thought I gave you a name.
No, I've got a description, but no name. I have a mother's name. I have no...
Let me think.
Bob.
Bob, yeah, very elvish name is Bob. Short for Bobararaya.
Bob
He's called Rivan. Like Ruvaen. Rivan.
R-U-V-E-A... What? E-A-N?
Yeah. Ruvaen. Sounds easier when you say it in Irish.
Sure. Ruvan.
Ruvain.
Rivan.
Ruvain, yeah, that's the one.
Rivan. River.
Just gonna grab it quickly.
Grab me a bit.
Yes, I'm putting it.
His name is Potato.
You head over to Rafe's family home. As you approach,
I'll knock on the door.
before you get there,
Oh, sorry.
as you approach, you can see your father, Ruvain. He is outside at the minute, and he is fletching arrows. Doesn't seem to see you as you kind of head up. He's just outside in like the garden of your house, just chipping away at sticks, turning them into arrows.
Good morning.
Head looks up and sees you. Rafe, my boy.
Good morning, Dad.
He stands up and starts heading towards you. Embraces you,
Yeah.
embraces you in a hug. How you been doing? This accent's gonna fail, but I'm gonna try. How you been doing? And who are these people? You got your friends with you?
Pardon? I don't understand what you're saying.
You're gonna have to speak in a thicker accent.
No. I'm doing fine. I know we've been away for a while. We've had quite an interesting journey actually. I went all the way to Phelan, and on the way I met these friends here. I introduced everyone by name, yeah, we're actually about to head out again, but I thought I'd pop in and see you. We got a couple of questions for you, if you don't mind.
Of course. How are you? You're not planning on staying long, then? You're going straight away.
I think. I mean, obviously, everyone's been very kind to come back here. We managed to go and get the Frost Lotus, as Hondo needed.
Oh, good.
So
It's worth actually doing before this. I forgot to even give him a description. So, for those of you who've not met Ruvain Birchseeker, he is a very tall, Fairly broad elven gentleman with long tied back dark hair, pretty sharp features as you'd imagine for an elf, long ears pointing out, but past the dark tied hair. He's quite tall, just maybe like 6.5 feet or so. You can see that a lot of he's not wearing like armor or anything at the minute. He's just dressed down in clothes. You can see like his arms and like legs for the shorts he's wearing. He carries a lot of deep scars. This man looks like he is a well-traveled and well-fought ranger type man, elf. He would greet you all happily, shake all your hands, etc. And then, yeah, sorry, carry on.
Sarah took us aside last night and told us about there being some goings on up in the mountains, in that old undead place that you used to talk to me about. Do you know what she's talking about?
She said she's too curious. I warned you, all of you, off of that place throughout your growing up, and the curiosity would never stop getting the best of her. I've seen it. I've climbed that mountain and looked over the scarred land that's there. And no one should go there. And I know she says that the tribe's speaking about it bleeding out, but quite frankly, that's not going to be our problem. And even if it was, we wouldn't be able to do anything to stop it.
Do you know anyone who else is looking into it? Because she seemed pretty sure that there's something going on. And look, I mean, I'm interested. We got a party here. It's we're interested in some mysteries, and I reckon we have the strength to do something about this.
The dark evil that rules over that land, boy.
I know, but that's fun, Dad. Come on, we can do it. We can't just sit here and do the gardening for the rest of our lives. We gotta do something. Gotta get it out there. You know this. I've
lived longer lives. Go on.
Well, Mother would have wanted this for me. She always said I should follow my dreams. Sort of thing.
I've lived a longer life than you would ever know. I lived it by being careful and wise around the nature of this land, and I encourage you to continue to do the same. No matter how much you travel off and go to the cities of this world and sit down and get pissed.
Not as much as you might imagine. It's just a wee bit of alcohol.
He looks to the rest of the party.
I have barely seen this man raise the glass.
Make me a deception check. At disadvantage. He stinks of Vega right now.
No, dude, that's me. It's me. I love it. I love the Vega. I'm definitely the one who smells the Vega here.
Come on. I got a crit and a 17. That's pretty fucking good.
Trying to be enough to deceive him with that much.
Thank you.
Look, Dad, I want to say it for myself. We want to do something about this.
It's a treacherous journey to get up to the top of the mountain to look over it, but I'd advise you not to go into the actual Verseglade itself, because nothing lives there.
Did I miss something? We don't actually want to go there, do we? Sorry, meta. That was out of the room.
I don't know. That's up to you.
Well, I thought we going to find out some information about it at least, but I feel that there's a natural next step.
Tales of the Verseglade were told to me when I was a boy. And that was a long time ago. It's been there for generations upon generations. So if you want to find information about it, then fine. But if you go there, you will not come back.
Has it got more icky recently?
I wouldn't know. I haven't been up there in 350 years or so.
Have you heard of it?
Not that
Coming
recent.
closer.
Alright, so
I haven't. No.
Turn back. You are not prepared for the danger that lies ahead.
Yeah, there's always this strange voice that just permeates the.
Look, Dad, I just, you know me, I just want to do something. I've been stuck in this town for my whole life, and I've seen all these people come and go with exciting stories to tell, some true, some not. I just can't just sit here and do nothing.
I understand
sounds
your
exciting.
keenness for adventure. I understand your keenness for adventure and understand it, and that, maybe I instilled that upon you as well. But I would advise that you do not enter the Versglade. Find out all the information that you could possibly find through, I don't know, whatever means you're trying to find it, but that way lies certain death.
Surely someone has to enter eventually to quell this evil.
If it keeps spreading, someone's got to go there.
Well, exactly.
Like I said, I have many
Vagabonds.
years.
Have you heard of
The
us?
what?
Vagabonds. That's our
It's
name.
the name of our group.
That's
Name of
us.
our group.
And I
I
tell
don't
you
really
what, your son just saved a Marquis. Did you hear about that?
And another trader guy. He was very impressive.
Yeah, actually, the whole thing only happened because he sacrificed himself and put himself in great danger.
Actually, Dad.
Yes, I know.
You got
I know about the great danger.
Did he
Because-
tell you?
Well,
was
he
pretty
sent me a
cool.
letter.
I'm sorry, I know I probably scared you a bit there. I should have sent a follow-up letter to say, oh, I'm still alive.
He should have done that. We shall make sure he sends better letters next time.
Sorry.
That would be ideal.
No news is good news.
Well, or it means he's dead.
Yeah.
So maybe not.
Yeah. Well,
I think I would send news if he was dead.
Dad, I'm a little bit disappointed that I might have been dead and you're still here just doing your gardening.
But
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be honest. I forgot about it. I remembered the Sarah letter because that's going to be real funny. But I forgot you ought to send it to your dad. So he would have had an appropriate
Maybe it got
reaction.
delayed in the
Yeah.
Thanks, Dad. He's like, yeah, fuck it. Lost the
We'll say
ball.
at this point he'd already heard that you'd enter town and Sarah had fucked you a little bit, so he knew you were safe.
Yeah. Whatever. It's a classic dad move.
Yeah, I forgot. I'm 700 on something years old. Things slip my mind.
Do you think
I have a son. Oh, sorry, I had a son.
for like 100 years? Yeah, thanks. Right. Well, it's great to see you. Do you have any? Do you know someone in Nicodranas we could go to? Like, you might have information just to help us out. You know
Yeah,
everyone.
definitely.
You've been around for 700 years.
1,000 years.
Yeah, most of the people who aren't elves are dead.
All right, don't show off. It's like,
it's just
all right, fine. Do you know anyone who's? Do you know any elves? Anyone in Nicodranas who? Because someone's got to help us.
Is it the morning? We have gone to
Yeah.
bed. Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
It's bloody
tomorrow.
pissed.
Yeah. No, I was writing a letter. I'm gonna.
I
write a
have
letter.
barely seen any of these people raise a glass.
We're all sober.
It's like, is it morning?
I didn't even drink very much.
Did we sleep?
Um,
Well, it's been a pleasure, Father. As always, stay safe and make sure you prune the hedges. Don't hurt yourself now.
Smart ass.
it's pointless to say it, but I'll just tell you again to be careful. I don't want to receive another letter saying that you're potentially going to die for things that you got in trouble for.
It's alright, the last letter didn't seem to bother you, so it's okay. It's alright.
It's a feeling that you get which you wouldn't fully understand, I don't think. But just knowing that even though you'd send me the letter, you weren't actually dead.
Convenient. Classic dad.
He has the meta ping.
ping.
He has the meta ping. It just goes off in his brain.
Nice. Right, well, see you soon.
You take care of yourself now. You take care of yourself.
Okay. Bye. Bye.
Before we go, can I send a letter, please? I woke up extra early and wrote a letter to my family who are just down the road.
We can go see them. We
can't,
made this like.
We're on a bit of a mission, aren't we? It's
alright. We've just gone and seen all my family and friends.
Yeah, I know, but it's down.
This
It's the
mission's gotta
wrong
wait.
way. It's not. It's slightly the wrong way. So we're gonna have to go back on ourselves slightly to get to Nicodramas. And then I'm down by Raska Lake, so it's it's alright. We will go. I think you'll all benefit from it. You might just get some healing teas, you know what I mean. But it's alright. I'll send them a letter.
All right.
Before everyone piles out of the Pass of the Peaks, Gwen, you approach a fairly young-looking girl who seems to be riding out, a tiefling woman of like purple skin, and you arrange to send this letter to the Astral Infirmary, which she accepts, and the distance it costs you like 5 silver.
Fine. Done.
And I'm just gonna make a note of the letter and
I have saved it on the thingy
Yeah. I'm just gonna.
and
Sweet.
dated it.
Cool. Okay,
Right.
so
Nicodrams.
Yes.
So you're making a journey now to Nicodranas. Boop.
It's quite a way.
It is.
Is it?
It's pretty cool.
Let's go.
Still a good distance.
Oh yeah, I can see the best glade in the mountains. Very cool.
So we're so we're here, where the big arrow is, I suppose.
Maybe.
Joy.
Maybe.
I like you playing what
Yeah,
episode.
so my house is by the lake. So
I can see everything on this map.
that's where
You
I'm
can.
from here.
Oh, I want to go to Damp Can.
Do you now?
Yeah.
You wanna go to the very north where there's snow, but for some reason a river of lava. You want to go that way, yeah?
Yeah.
That does sound good to me.
Mutalos looks like a nice holiday location.
Again, Nicodramas has some pubs and is not full of lava.
Not full of lava. No lava.
No lava.
Well, maybe on
Okay, so
bad days.
Rumpelcusk sounds like a name for like something you might do in the bedroom.
Sounds like a
Rumble,
venereal disease.
maybe.
It doesn't seem like you do a lot in bedroom.
Hey, give me a break.
I tried to.
I was trying to... Look, what
Look, if we
happens-
stop the zombie thing, maybe she'd do pee-pee touch. I don't know.
It's more than that. It's love. I'm
Wild way of describing it. Just a touch of my baby.
That's the little one.
I just
It's just
It's a weird sex act where you piss into a
a
ball.
PB touch is literally just a boop, done.
Like a pop.
Yeah, PB touch.
That's all it
Okay,
takes.
I don't mind
you
being
are
touched.
heading to the city of Nicodranas from Cora's Edge. That is a roughly
Same cart, same.
100-mile journey or so. You have carts, etc. So it's going to be at a fairly fast pace. The terrain is easy. Easy. You get 10. It's 11. Okay. Ooh. Music change. You are now leaving the village of Cora's Edge. Is there anything you want to do before you leave this place? Go. Do you want to say goodbye to Hondo or Sarah or anything?
Bye.
Probably.
Strangely not Sarah. Hondo,
Yeah, I'll say about Honda.
we can say maybe say goodbye.
As you arrive at Hondo's, the smell has subsided, thank God, because it was pretty putrid before.
It was so stinky here last night. I'll just tell them that.
And you can see that as you kind of would be greeted into his place, he is just basically decanting this large cauldron of liquid that was black and green and now is like this kind of pearlescent white color. And he's just like putting vials in, dunking them, stopping them, and there just seems to be like hundreds of glass vials that are just sat on the counter and he's just doing them one by one.
Do you have a lot of elderly in this village? Or town?
A fairly decent amount. It sits towards the more elderly end, yes.
Okay. That's good. Where are you going to store it all? Does it go off?
It does not go off. We'll store it wherever we have space. I'll store some here. I'll store some with Elisar, who is the local healer of the town. Yeah.
That's fine. Just wondering. Okay, carry on. Well, actually, we're going.
Yeah, we're heading off, Hondo. We're just a short visit. We're gonna go back to Nicodranas. We've got a few things we need to do there, so yeah.
That sounds like fun.
It's been good.
Wow, we'll see.
Well, if I ever have any things that you wanted, like you could do for me, I'll let you know. But if not, then safe travels.
We're more into main mission stuff, not side quests at the moment. So we'll definitely let you know.
What is your main mission?
I'm not sure yet.
Enlightenment.
Oh, fuck that! I've got to find my uncle.
Yeah, let's go find someone's uncle.
There it is, main quest.
Know my name.
That is the only quest that we actually have. That's our only quest.
It's my
That's a lie.
quest.
There are many quests. So many.
I'm personally not that interested in finding an uncle, but I'm happy to go along with it if it means that I can go and find what I need at some point.
The Nicodranas. Woo!
To Nicodranas.
To Nicodranas. You bid Hondo farewell and then set off on your travels to Nicodranas. Okay, so we're traveling. That's wrong. That's the wrong number. Oh shit! That's
What am I going to do in this travel?
Hondo's a giant.
How, with the same kind of campfire setupy thing that I'm using before, for each of you, we'll go down the list and say, how would you like to, give to this traveling time? Like I said, it's just over 3 days, so we'll call it 3 days. Yes, yeah, a fast speed. So
I'm gonna look after the horse. Did we name the horse?
Don't think so.
there are two.
2 horses. Okay.
What's my horse called?
Uno and Dos.
No, my horse is special.
Marco
We have
Polo.
like a cart pony, and then I've got like a nice horse I'm riding.
Yeah, I think so.
I want to have a nice
Is it just one cart horse? I think it is, right?
Yeah.
Or is it?
No, there's 2 horses pulling the cart, and then
Okay.
Clippity and cloppity.
and then
My horse is called Dante.
oh, Dante.
I wanted to call the horses Tootsie and the other one to call it Roll. That's
I mean, maybe we should have Tony the Pony. Surely.
Vega and Bond.
Nah, it's too confusing.
One of them's called Bailey's, and one of them's.
Okay, I'm gonna look
Your
after
shots,
I'm gonna look after Tootsie and Roll. That's my contribution.
Can you make me an animal? Can you make me an animal handling check, please? The DC for this travel is 10. You must beat a 10.
Okay, let's give it a go. Animal handling. Normal roll.
That beats a 10.
Ding.
Then we'll go Rev.
I will. I'm just going to spend the time on basic lookout.
Okay, maybe a perception check, please.
Perception. Oops. Attributes. I'm not sure why my things aren't rolling. Do I need to click on my character or something?
You don't think so?
I just did the button.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
Let's have a look. Can I roll? That's harder. That's it.
On my character sheet instead.
Roll and roll.
Yeah, roll for me.
Oh, comes up
There
on
we
my
go.
character sheet. Oh God! Don't worry about it.
Fail.
Yeah, taking a look out with your eyes
I
closed.
don't see anything.
It's
You didn't see it.
it's bright autumn days, but yeah, looking through, you're trying to. I don't know. It's not working. You're not seeing anything. There's not a lot to see.
Really old, disgusting liquor we were drinking.
You set off with the full intent to keep an eye out, but after like the first 6 hours, you realise there's really not a lot to see, and you don't really find anyone, so you kind of just get bored, give up.
The slow, rocking of the
Rafe.
Yeah, I'm looking out too.
Perception check, please.
Oh my
Oh
God!
God.
For God's sakes!
What?
Fucking hell, guys.
We're gonna get
Better than me.
right.
There's really nothing to see on this ride, man.
Inspiration is lost by Gwen. Sorry, you lose your inspiration, I'm afraid.
Alright.
She goes.
Sorry.
So these, yeah, again, both you and Rev, intently looking out, and yeah, the rocking of the car against like the cobbled street, the cobbled stone and dirt kind of tracks just kind of sends you a little bit to sleep. Could be a alcohol-related issue, but who knows? Spike has done animal handling. Gwen,
I'll do kind of firewood and lifting and general survival.
survival.
Capturing the rabbits and feeding us.
Survival check, please.
Should have done that.
There we go. At least we are eat.
You survived.
At least you are what?
At least we eat.
I thought you said art.
I did, but I meant our fed.
That's a little bit of fucking Welsh language, actually.
At least we are
At
ate.
least Meira.
Sorry to our Welsh listeners.
I'm going to take the night watches and fight the bad guys if there are any.
On your own, cool.
On my own.
Perception check as well, please.
Look out for the bad guys. Fight the bad guys. Because these two guys, they're asleep. So I'm fighting the bad guys in the darkness. Fingers crossed.
Yay!
Okay, so unfortunately for Soulia, we are currently sat at 3-3 because natural ones count as 2. So this last roll is up to you to see if it goes well or not. What are you doing on the setting out travel to Nicodronic?
I was just going to gather herbs for my herbalism kit.
Okay. As you
In the
travel
hope
through,
of gathering enough herbs to try and make a potion of healing or something.
you do find some interesting stuff coming out of the Koraska jungle and Kora's edge because of just the interesting flora that grow here. Make me a survival check, please.
Survival.
Survival.
Hey.
Survival, my darling.
Success.
Hey.
Ooh. Interesting. And while you're out scouting for herbs, you find something really curious. Now I need to Google some stuff.
No.
Can
I add some more herbs? Various.
No. It's more interesting than that.
Oh.
What level are you guys right now?
3.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Yeah, this is going to take a little bit of time. Sorry.
5-minute break?
Yeah, you can go 5-minute break if you want.
Cool. It's a song of the break. Is he still asleep?
Wiggling.
I think I know what we need to do in a 5-minute break.
Oh, yeah. We can play some rock.
We've got some lounge music to play.
Yeah, I'll pause the in-game music so you can do that.
Alright, I'm going to just put you guys on mute.
Great plan, but none of us are.
I'm stroking that pussy through the bag.
No one else can hear this. I can hear you guys now. Stroking my pussy through the back.
I'm stroking that pussy. I'm stroking my pussy through the back.
Lucy clearly haven't got out a lot recently.
Or the breakdown.
Yeah. Stroking my pussy through the bag. Pussy.
Oh!
I'm stroking my pussy through the bag.
Wait.
Charlie's stroking his pussy through the bag.
Oh,
Spoken his
It's very
pizza through the bag.
I'm gonna bring in New Year 2024 to that song. Fuck you, Old Lang Syne. Yeah, fuck you, Old Lang Syne. It's gonna be.
No way, Jose.
I'm stroking my pussy through the bag. It's gonna be how I drop into 2024. Okay, so yeah, interestingly, I need music back. Gimme. Travel pacing. Screenplays.
Yeah.
Yes, as you're traveling through, you leave Cora's Edge and Soulia, you are picking around for herbs and stuff through the jungle thing. When you come across this, it looks like it's just been dropped here for some reason. It's like a brown case, about maybe a shy of a foot long and round.
I carefully pry the case open.
Yeah, it's kind of like seamed in the middle, so you kind of like twist it and pull, and you open up, and it's just like this rolled up parchment. You unfurl it, and it just seems to be a load of like arcane runes and stuff. You're not really sure exactly what it is right now, but with a bit of time, you could probably figure it out with some help with some of your more. Wait, hold on. No. You don't fully understand it because I forgot what class you were for a second. You unfurl it, and it's a spell scroll. You're not quite sure what the spell is, but with a little bit of study, say like an hour, you could probably figure it out, which you would do over the course of your journey, after like finding that. And you find that it is a scroll of speak with animals.
Lovely.
And that's fine.
Thanks.
So,
Add a
Chuck
scroll
that.
of animals to my inventory.
Are you going to chat to Dante, my horse?
I'm sure that's going to come back to bite me in the asshole one day. Like a two great animal speaking again. Wait, I've only done speak with animals one time, and I think you spoke to a fish, and I made him like, "Hey, how you doing?"
That was the plants, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was
Might be
the
one of
song.
the plants.
Plants. It was the weeds in the
cave,
in the fish
in
cave.
the aboleth room.
The aboleth room. That's right.
Hey, how you doing? All animals and plants speak the same.
Okay.
Cool, and it takes like 3 or so hours for you to make this journey.
3 hours to get to Nicotranis.
Sorry, 3 days, 3 or so days to make this journey. Yeah.
Sprinted it.
Yeah, you sprinted it. As you come over the crest of like a large hill that dips down towards the ocean, you can see as you reach the top the large city and sprawling city of Nicotranis. Let's give a little description of Nicotranis from the outside. People have been here before, so you understand the not full extent of the city, but at least like a little bit of it. It's obviously a portside city, so most of the trade comes through, through the port itself. There are a number of different areas. There are areas where people lounge around, and it's kind of like for vacationing and holidaying. There's the Open Quay, which is where you would have probably stayed because it's the most travelled place in the city. What the fuck? Get out of here. A couple of things you do notice. To the Phelan facing side at the coast, you see a very large statue, but also for the people who've been here before would know that it is a lighthouse in the shape of the Wild Mother, who is one of the deities of the realm, and that has been standing there for as long as you remember. Rev, from your memory, the city looks nearly the same from the last time that you came here. The lighthouse is a memory for you as well. It doesn't look to have changed that much. Yeah.
Who's taking the lead? If no one, then I would lead us to where I know is like the oldest pub in town.
I'll probably call it just before you enter the city, just because there's a lot of things to figure out in here. So what I will say is that you reach the top of that crest on the hill and you start heading down into where the city walls are and the outer gate. And before we get to the outer gate, I think we will end there. I know it's a little bit early, but at the same time, there's a lot of things to figure out.
For a dinner.
Nice.
And because you could have gone in any direction whatsoever, it's not fully complete.
That's fine.
Who knows where you would have gone?
If you spent the last week writing up the Rafe learns how to fuck Sarah campaign, then I'll be really upset.
I'm sure there's a brothel here.
It's not. It's not sex I'm looking for. It's companionship. I think this is just. I'm painting me in a bad light. I'm just lonely and very old.
Is Sarah a human or is she an elf?
An elf.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Well, okay. Well,
Cool.
let's draw it to a close then, and
We pause it now then.
yeah, I mean,
But just as you reach the gates,
Through the back.
two people who are on watch, you go to wake up and realise they died.
I'm stroking through the back.
too much.
Okay, cool. That's where we will end it then, Pete.
Dollar.
At the entrance of Nicotranis, to pick up next time.
Okay.
Nice. Goodbye,
Thank you,
viewers.
guys.
This out.
Bye.
Goodbye, viewers.
Bye.
Toodaloo.
Goodbye.
See you next time.
Thank you for your
Pussy.
continued
bag.
support.
Pussy.